What's up, guys? Welcome back to day 10 of the 30-day AI Academy Challenge. Excuse my voice here. I'm a little sick today, but it is now week 2 where we're going through the core skills, which is super exciting. And today's day 10 where we're going to be talking about advanced prompting. So in the fundamentals, we learned about basic prompting and we started building your first automation, going through your workflows. And today we're going to be talking about advanced prompting. So let's hop into it. As always, subscribe and follow for more important updates regarding the course on YouTube and Instagram. Share the course. You guys are experts at this point. Let's start a revolution and change people's lives together. Bonus 40% commission on anyone that you bring in. Monthly giveaways. Complete the worksheets. Stay active and level up. Get a chance to win monthly prizes. Bonus tip. Watch this course in 2x speed. You'll get through it a lot faster. This is the first free education course we've done. We'll be having many more from our partnered creators coming up, all free in this community. But I think saving time watching this in 2x speed, always helpful. And we've been getting a lot of great feedback on this first course as we're starting to roll it out here. So anyone that's completing, watching 2x speed, you can win the monthly prizes by posting your worksheets in accountability and helping others. And let's get into the agenda today. So we're going to talk about how to give your prompts a role. We're going to show with some examples. Excuse me, sorry. Getting sick today, guys. A little out of it, but power through. Show examples, iterate, don't restart, and then we'll be talking about your prompt library. As always, I hope you've been saving your worksheets as they'll come into play. So, give it a roll. Assign a persona to your prompts. Act as a fill in the blank for the pro, sharpen the tone, depth, and word choice. Match the expert to the job. So again, we're keeping this 30-day challenge very broad because you may be doing something with AI for financial gain, for knowledge gain, for getting some time back. It really depends what it is, but we want to match the expert to the job, whether that's an editor, a coach, an analyst, recruiter, whatever fits your goal here. This is why we made you outline your goal in the first week. Set the audience too, who you're writing for. This changes everything about how the OM and our goals in the future will be shaped. Role stack in the 4 parts. This upgrades from day 6. It doesn't replace it. We're just building that, and we're going to try out a few. So we're going to swap roles and compare and pick the best voice. So we're going to hop out of here, and we're going to go over to our browser. And again, founderdrew.com/day10 for your worksheet today. You guys are pros at this point. You just go file, make a copy, boom, and now we have our worksheet for the day. As always, this is the free school community. We're on day 10, 3,500 people in here, which is amazing. But if we go into the classroom, it will be in here for the 30-day challenge. And then community, we can go over to accountability. We see tons of people already posting their accountability throughout the course as we roll this out, which is super exciting. But as you guys know, you'd fill it out and then put it in here. But as for the giving it a role today, we're going to go into Claude. As I'm recording this, Fable 5 is down, so I'm going to be using Opus 4.8. And I'm going to be giving it a persona I'm going to do content strategy. I'm trying to switch up the demos just so people can get them from different angles. So I think when most people prompt for something like this, let's say we're trying to make a strategy for an Instagram coach so we can go viral on social media more, they just be like, hey, I want to go viral on social media. I do AI content. How can I get better at it? And this will give you something, but it's not going to give you the best response possible. So when we talk about giving it a role, we want something a little bit more like this, and then we're going to compare results here. Hey, I'm Founder Drew. I do AI and business content. My ideal persona is someone that wants to become more educated on AI, whether to save time, make more money. And I want you to take the role as a social media expert. So I'm on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, X, LinkedIn. I just want to optimize the content and talking about for my viewers to reach the most people, because then they can get into this free community, learn more, meet more people, and see everything that we have to offer. So I want you to be a pro social media consultant. Ask me any questions you need, and then let's come up with a baseline strategy of how we can grow across social media faster. So 2 very different prompts. Both are going to ask you questions. Since you're already running a real engine, again, this knows a little bit more about me, but let's say I just want more views, and then we'll go in here. So it says, hey, it talks about the niche I'm in. The strongest AI content is proof, not promises, 100%. And then this one, I bet, will give me a much more leveraged answer because I told it, hey, I want you to be a social media consultant. If I was doing something where I wanted to make a workflow to save time, I'd give it the pro task of whoever's higher up in that job. And maybe if I was doing something financial based where I was like, oh, I want to make $500 a month with AI, you take whatever role will get you to that goal the fastest. So both of these are going to run. We'll come back to the demo here, but then I also want to talk about how you can show it examples in advanced prompting. So show, don't tell. Give 1 to 3 examples of what good actually looks like. This could be something for the example I just showed you where we're talking about Instagram and I'm saying, hey, I see this creator. I'll give my friend Kayvon a shout out. He does a really good job at this. He's getting hundreds of thousands of leads a year from Instagram just through a funnel strategy. And I'm like, hey, I want to do something similar with that. Here's what Kayvon does. Here are his past reels. Let's dive into that analytics. Because these examples beat adjectives. A sample says more than just make it punchy. For example, use your own work, paste your past emails, your past social media posts. So again, on the social media demo, I'd give it access to all my Instagram data. Mark the pattern, point out what to copy and what to avoid for the future. And then this will be great for your voice going forward. This is how AI starts to sound like you. And we're going to talk about this more in week 2 in day 13. Iterate, don't restart. We'll hop into that. I just want to say, yep, here are the questions. Biggest bottleneck, I'd say, let's just say it's conversion. What's your strongest momentum? It's Instagram. Solo batching. So again, I think you can tell a lot about how strong a prompt is going to be just based on how many questions it asks you before. Like this one gave me 1. It didn't really give me, again, when we talked about the original prompting strategy, I didn't give it guardrails. I didn't give it an output. So this is just kind of jargon to me. Like I'm not really sure what I'm getting out here. Versus on this one, I told it I want a concise plan, since you're a social media coach, of how we can increase viewership across my Instagram. So you can see how this took me 5 seconds and this took me maybe 30, but this output that we're going to get here is going to be so much stronger. And we'll come back to that after talking about iterating and not restarting. So when we talk about this, I'm saying treat it as a draft. The first answer is a starting point, not the end. And you can do this multiple times over and just change one part and see what moves. So like social media is such a broad category. Social media is such a broad category that like for something like this, I could go back through and talk about, hey, instead of being a social media coach, I want you to take on the viewership of my ideal persona or my ideal customer. And what are you thinking when you see my content? And then we can reverse engineer that as well. And this has different iterations, obviously, for whatever your goal may be. Steer with feedback, steer it more X, less Y, keep Z. Always steer these LLMs with concise feedback with examples if possible. Keep what works, lock the good parts in, save them in a prompt library. Tell Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, whatever you're using to save these valuable insights that they're bringing and whatever feedback is working correctly, and stop when it's right. Don't over polish past good enough. Once it's right, save it, lock into memory, put it into a project, put it into a skill. And we'll talk about making projects and skills. We talked about projects briefly, but I don't think we've gone through skills yet, especially in Claude. But I think we get into that later in the course because that's a real game changer as well. So now your prompt library. We've talked a bit about this, saving your winners for your prompts. Every great prompt goes in one place. This can be a notes app. This can be a save thing in ChatGPT, Gemini, or Claude. Label them by job. This is for cold email, summary, hook, so that they're easy to find. This will be super helpful when we paste these, as I said, into skills later in the course. Make them reusable. Swap in blanks like the topic or audience so that Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini can easily swap these based on the task that you're doing. And build as you go. Your library compounds every single day, and that's the real value that we're building here in this free course. So fill out your worksheet attached below or found at founderdrew.com/day10 and post your results and accountability. Start building up some rapport towards those free prizes. Engage with the community. We've already seen some results where people are just meeting really cool people inside the free community, and obviously by engaging, you're increasing your chances to win the monthly prizes, which are only going to get bigger as the community grows. So see how with this prompt, just going through this example here, we got a full diagnosis of what was happening. We got a conversion equation, and then it gives me 4 moves. Again, Claude knows me really well already of what it thinks I should do with. Make content that filters, build a value gap in every conversion post, run comment to DM as your primary IG mechanic, and then replace join my community with a named lead magnet. Gives me platform rows. Wow, this is really detailed, along with a realistic solo batch since it asked if I was doing this myself. Stop watching views for conversion problem views lie to you. Track instead the keyword to comment rate and what I do this week. See how much more detailed this is just because we went to a little bit of advanced prompting. So what I could do here is if I was really focused on this as a social media thing, I could have it output a prompt for me. I could save that prompt around it being a social media manager. And then, of course, we can upload this into a project and a skill in the future to use. Again, if you want your worksheet, founderdrew.com/day10, which I showed you here. Again, always fill these out. I don't do them on here, but as you see, when we go in here, you'll take your worksheet, you'll paste it in here. We have people running through everything they did, attaching their worksheets, talking about what they're learning. Lots of different people running through the course, which is just so cool to see. But today, the first question, add a role, take a prompt from your library, add a persona. Again, you should have some prompts saved from earlier in the course with the beginning prompt in sections. Paste 1 to 3 examples of what good looks like into the prompt. What was the example you used? Iterate on it 3 times. Just swapping things out to see different responses. And save to your prompt library again with the advanced prompting framework. Lock it in. I gave a prompt a role, an example, and my prompts library now has at least one saved with this advanced framework. Again, you just go down over here, File, Download, PDF, and then we would take it in here and upload it into Accountability for your lesson day check-in to lock it in. And with that, you will be a third of the way through the course, which is super exciting. Summary for today, the role in audience, showing examples, not just telling, iterating, building a prompt library, which again, as we go into these more advanced, again, I'm trying to keep this very beginner friendly, and I'm getting a call right now. I'll call her back in a second. But we're trying to keep this very beginner friendly, but as we continue to scale up in these later weeks, it'll get more advanced. Tomorrow, we're going to make an AI remember you better. If you want to go faster, founderdrew.com/consultant. All money gets reinvested into reaching more people. Ready to build and scale, school.com/the AI Academy Plus. If you're enjoying the course, post a testimonial in the wins category. Let's get to work, and I will see you guys tomorrow for day 11. Peace.